Dalvin Cook on, I think it was Saturday, signed a new contract with the Minnesota Vikings, a 5-year extension worth $62.5 million. I was surprised. I was saying I don't think that Dalvin Cook is going to get his new contract, but it was looking more and more promising the closer we were getting to it. Because, of course, Ngakoue took the pay cut when he came to the Vikings. Riley Reif took a pay cut. I still think they should have cut Riley Reif. Although Ezra Cleveland, he was put as an inactive, so maybe he doesn't look good. I don't know how Ezra Cleveland looks good. I mean, how good he looks right now. But still, I feel like even though he's might not look good, he's probably better than Riley Reif. I'm sorry. But Riley Reif did take a pay cut. And then, of course, Kirk's like team-friendly deal near the beginning of the season. And then Michael Pierce opting out also adds to it. So there was a lot of things that were looking like the Vikings were going to give Dalvin Cook a new contract. But I feel like it just wasn't going to happen. I just did not think it was going to happen. I don't know why. Well, yeah, I do know why. But I just didn't think it was going to happen. But it was not a bad contract they gave him. So it's a $62.5 million contract for 5 years, worth approximately $12.5 million a year, and a $15.5 million signing bonus, which only $28 million out of that is guaranteed. That is good. That is good. When you can get a low amount of guaranteed money for a running back, running backs can have a great. Oh, I gotta change this, by the way. Okay, there we go. Running backs can have an amazing season like Dalvin Cook did last year. Running backs can have a great season and then next year just look terrible, just look awful, which is why the guaranteed money looks really good. For only $28 million of that guaranteed, if this was a fully guaranteed contract, this would be an awful contract to give Dalvin Cook. Terrible, because he could get an injury again. He could get an injury that ends his career, or he could have an awful season, because running backs can go from the best in the league to one of the worst in the league. Look at Todd Gurley. Look at Zeke last year. I still think Zeke is amazing. Even though he had a terrible season last year, he's still great. But look at like Todd Gurley. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Some of these players who go from amazing running backs to just one of the worst in the league, which is why giving running backs big contracts, I'm just never a fan of. I'm never a fan of giving a running back a big contract. Unless if you're like Derrick Henry, you're coming out of your rookie deal or something like that, or Saquon. It's different for some running backs, but Dalvin Cook's just not one of those guys. He has big injury concerns, and giving him a big contract was a big risk. It was a big risk for the Vikings. It was, but only $28 million of that is guaranteed. So that means Dalvin Cook might only be here 2 years. It's a 5-year contract, but he might only be here 2 years because they can cut him out, and that's only $28 million guaranteed. So that's okay. It puts him like where it's not an overpaid contract either, because when you rank him with the other running backs, he's about 5th or 6th in like ranks, and that's exactly where his contract is. He's like I think he's right now the fifth highest paid running back. He's tied with someone else, I can't remember right now, but he's about the 5th highest paid running back, which I would put him about the 5th best running back in the league also. He's not better than Saquon. I still wouldn't think he's better than Zeke or Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb, although it's close with Nick Chubb. It's close. People who think Kareem Hunt is better than Nick Chubb are just wrong. Those people are just stupid. Okay, I can't say they're stupid. They're just wrong, though, if you think Kareem Hunt's better than Nick Chubb. Okay, anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. I would still say Nick Chubb's like one of the best in the league still. But anyways, this is a pretty good contract. This is a good contract, and it's going to mean a lot for the Vikings because, of course, Dalvin Cook is our offense revolved around Dalvin Cook in 2019. He's a huge piece for our offense, and he's a player you don't just want to walk. If the Vikings didn't give a new contract, I guarantee you Dalvin Cook would have walked after this season. He would have been like, okay, they don't trust in me, I will leave. And Dalvin Cook will leave and go somewhere else, and he's not a player you want to walk, especially when your backup is Alexander Mattison. Now, Alexander Mattison is great. He's a great running back, but I've been saying I don't want Alexander Mattison to be that starting running back because, watch, you'll see what I mean. When Dalvin Cook goes out and Alexander Mattison becomes our starting running back, okay, I'm going to assume Dalvin Cook is going to go out with the injury. If Dalvin Cook goes out with an injury, you will see Alexander Mattison be our starting running back. If this happens, and you will see what I'm talking about. Alexander Mattison cannot play a full game and expect him to do well. He can't. He can go out there and do great. Look at how he played yesterday. Look, Alexander Mattison had a great game yesterday, but that's because he was fully energetic and fully healthy. Dalvin Cook can go out, sit for like one play. Alexander Mattison can go out there, give you 21 yards right off the bat because he's fully energetic, fully ready to go. But Alexander Mattison cannot play a full game. It's what we've seen. We've seen Alexander Mattison go out there, play like 5 downs in a row. He looks great his first couple, but then he's just done. He's just done. He runs out of energy so fast. I don't know if he's going to look the same this year, but that's what I saw from last year. And if Dalvin Cook goes out with an injury again, Alexander Mattison is not going to look like a starting running back. Going forward, though, he can definitely improve. But as of right now, He's a great backup running back, an amazing backup running back, and does not look like a starter. So this going forward is going to be great for the Vikings. I mean, Dalvin Cook might only be here 2 more years. You can cut that contract immediately. You can cut that contract after 2 years because that will be when his money is fully guaranteed anyways. So you can cut him right away, which is why it's really good. If this was a fully guaranteed contract, this would be terrible contract because Dalvin Cook is a player who, the way he's built, the way his play style is, defenses can design around that, and then automatically right there, you're looking bad. You see what I'm saying? Dalvin Cook can go right away. He's not built like Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson is like this big guy who can just run through people. Dalvin Cook is different. He's got to move a different type of way. Like Todd Gurley. Look at Todd Gurley, for example. Went from arguably the best running back in the league one year to nowhere near the question as a top 5. He wouldn't even be in anybody's top 5. You saw that difference after he got paid? Exactly what I'm talking about, which is why if this was fully guaranteed, this would be awful. Plus, you have Dalvin Cook's injury concerns. So this contract could bite the Vikings in the back. But also, this could give us a Super Bowl. Of course, you have to see how this Vikings defense is going to look. I've been saying the Vikings defense, depending on how that secondary looks, we could get a Super Bowl this year. And I'm serious about that because if that secondary looked good yesterday, Vikings would have took that by far. They scored 36 points. Vikings offense looked great. Anyways, aside from that, he still looks great. He still looks amazing. And from what we saw yesterday, Dalvin Cook still looks like a top. I would give him top 6 running back in the league. You can question other people into that top 5. So I would give him like top 6. I feel like everyone can agree he's somewhere up there right now. So is this going to hurt the Vikings? It might. It might hurt the Vikings in the long run, but as of right now, this looks like a great contract because of how Dalvin Cook did last year, and he's well-deserved of this contract. If he didn't get his contract right now, he would only be, working for $1.4 million a year? Would he perform the same? If Dalvin Cook was only getting paid $1.4 million a year instead of $12.5, would he perform the same? I don't know. I feel like he would. I feel like Dalvin Cook would perform the same even if he was getting, because he would be playing for his next contract. If we didn't give Dalvin Cook this contract right now, he'd be playing for his next one with another team. So he would go all out this season. So I don't think this is going to change the way he plays this season. I don't think it's going to change the results of this season. But going forward, if the Vikings can build that secondary and we can keep our offensive playmakers, in the future, Vikings could be looking a lot better than they do as of yesterday. So that's how that looks.